Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. We're going to do something a little unusual. We're going to go ahead and get started on time. Everybody good with that? All right, fantastic. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to get started. Good morning. I'm Chris Heppel. I'm the interim fire chief here for Eugene Springfield Fire. And welcome to our annual Fire Awards and Recognition Ceremony. Thank you all for being here. This is a pretty special place, the Campbell Senior Center. They've just finished, as you can see, the renovation of this facility that was going on during COVID. And when I was taking a virtual tour of this facility, there was a really interesting note of history about this facility, and that is, it was one of the first buildings or facilities dedicated to seniors west of the Mississippi. And so just think about how long that has been. If you're interested in that, just look in the hallway out here and see how long this facility has been serving our senior community for so many years. So I'd like to thank the staff for allowing us to be here today. It's a pretty amazing place with a lot of history. I'd also like to recognize a few of our officials today. So first we'll start with Springfield City Manager, Nancy Newton. Second, I'd like to introduce Springfield Assistant City Manager, Neil Ladati. It's posted up in the back there. And then also the Springfield Chief of Police, Andy Shearer, who's in the back of the room as well. So thank you all three for joining us this morning. Outside of the ceremony, I have the privilege to address personnel at the Recruit Academy's graduations, acknowledging the beginning of their fire service career. I also have the opportunity and privilege to recognize staff for their service and dedication to our community at the end of their career or their retirement. But today's ceremony takes place between those two amazing events, and it's these mid-career acknowledgments of great accomplishments and promotions is something I truly look forward to participating in today, and I'm glad you're here to join me in that participation. Thanks again for everybody being here. We have an absolutely full agenda today. That's why we started on time. So we'll get started with the presentation of the department awards, and I welcome Battalion Chief Marcus Lay to the lectern.
Thank you, Chief, and welcome. I'm here today to present the Class 2 commendations to people that are serving our organization. And I want to talk a little bit about, has anybody ever heard the term, we're standing on others' shoulders? If you're a spouse or a loved one of a firefighter who serves, you've been witness even in public, or maybe when you're getting admission to somewhere or something like that, they find out that your spouse is a firefighter, and you get a different level of treatment. That's a pride and a belonging that each one of us feel. But when you hear somebody say we're standing on the shoulders of those that have gone before us, what does that mean? Does this mean just firefighters in general? No, it means the people who have stepped up and created a higher level of service, the people that we're recognizing today, are the ones that we're truly standing on the shoulders of. The Class 2 Commendation is an award to an individual whose noteworthy performance contributes substantially towards the furtherance of the goals and objectives of the organization while promoting the improved effectiveness and efficiency of the department and working beyond the scope of their normal duties. Captain Riley Martinka, can you come forward? Former Fire Chief Joe Zaludik encouraged Eugene Springfield fire staff to consider and promote community risk reduction in response. Captain Riley Martinka focused on water safety in our community. Inspired by similar programs, Captain Martinka developed and implemented a life jacket kiosk at Clearwater Park. With his coordination and planning, the kiosk was built with community partners and stocked with water safety gear that is free and accessible to all that visit the park. This project and Captain Martinka's passion have directly impacted the safety of our community. Congratulations, Captain Martinka. Thank you. Matt Rieger, if you're here, can you come forward? It doesn't look like Matt Rieger's here, and Diana Chappell was not able to join us today. Engineer Rieger and Firefighter Chappell are receiving Class 2 commendation for their many volunteer hours and dedication to our community's Toys for Tots program. Volunteering for this program during the COVID-19 pandemic has been especially challenging, and it requires a pivot in providing services. The change in service model caused long waits for program participants, long hours for the volunteer. Over the years, Firefighter Chapel has participated in the community for this program, acted as the lead for the Toys for Tots distribution, and was bilingual volunteer coordinator. Thank you to both Engineer Rieger and Firefighter Chapel for the dedication to Toys for Tots, and congratulations on your Class 2 commendation. Engineer Rory Kokas, Captain Jordan Peterson, and Firefighter Raleigh Taylor, please come forward if you're here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they were able to join us today. The Life Saving Award is to an individual who, while acting within the scope of their training and their expertise, performs an exemplary act determined to be directly responsible for saving the life of another. Captain Peterson, Engineer Kokas, and Firefighter Taylor are receiving the Life Saving Award for their coordinated actions to rescue an individual from a third-floor apartment that was on fire. The individual living in the apartment purposefully created physical barriers to bring rescue efforts and posed challenges for the crews fighting them mid-rescue while they were descending a 24-foot ladder. The quick action, thoughtful efforts by the crew led to the successful rescue and operation and saved the life of an individual. Thank you for your cooperative work and service. Firefighter Mitch Fox, are you here today? This will be the first year that the Medical Service Award will be presented as the Karen Anderson Award. The Karen Anderson Award is awarded to an individual who acts in the service and delivery of patient care, stand out as a notable in comparison to their peers. This award is intended to recognize excellence, to foster achievement, and to honor the individual EMT who acts in the service, stand out during the performance of patient care. Firefighter Fox, thank you. And finally, Phillip Meadows, are you here today? The Golden Strobe Award is presented to the Fire Marshal's Office Employee of the Year. The award is represented by the flashing light that is a literal beacon of safety in a fire alarm. The Golden Strobe is given to an individual in the Fire Marshal's Office who is committed to the responsibilities of the organization and delivers exemplary service to both internal and external customers. The individual performs consistently at a high level in both productivity and attitude, and creates a positive work environment that enhances the image of the Fire Marshal's Office. Today, they serve as a role model for others with a positive attitude towards work responsibilities, customers, colleagues, and they demonstrate a willingness to work with others and assist wherever needed to accomplish the goals of the Fire Marshal's Office and provide service beyond assigned responsibilities. This year's award goes to Phillip Meadows. Congratulations. I would now like to welcome the City Manager of Springfield, Nancy Moon.
Thank you, Chief Lay. I'm so very honored to be here today to present the Medal of Valor. Could Matthew Carson, Jay Holder, Tim O'Neill, Marco Alvarez, Lindsay Halcott, Craig DeJarlis, Jason Vasquez, Jonathan Elliott, Samuel, Herbie, Kobe, Waddington, Michael Caven, and Fire Chief Chris Heppel, please come forward. what an impressive group we have up here. I have to admit, I ordinarily don't like reading from a script, but I want to get this exactly right, so I'm going to read, so bear with me. The Medal of Valor is awarded to individuals who distinguish themselves by an act of exceptional bravery. The deed must have been notably one of outstanding service, above and beyond the call of duty, and performed at risk of their own life or personal safety. This act is of a nature sufficient to set the individual above crew members and to be directly responsible for the saving of another's life. During the first night of the Holiday Farm Fire in September of 2020, these individuals were deployed to help with fire mitigation. Their personal experiences during this incident varied. However, they were all met with the same dangerous conditions. Roads that led to the safe zone and calls for rescue had fully involved fires on either side, creating incredibly low visibility, tree hazards, and at times, a loss in communications. The initial journey to help our neighboring communities placed these crews in harm's way, only to be met with further challenges and unsafe conditions as rescue efforts. Crews encountered evacuees running to them for help, getting through the fire to family members and vehicle accidents with downed trees, all while experiencing erratic fire conditions. I think that's putting it mildly, erratic fire conditions. Overnight, the medic unit oversaw the care of 2 patients as conditions were too unsafe for the National Guard to medevac them. When not actively involved in rescue efforts to find victims trapped in their homes or supporting fire suppression activities, these individuals strategize resources and safe routes. Your actions on the night of September 7th demonstrate all of the qualities we hope for in fire personnel. Thank you for your service and helping our neighboring communities during this event. I do not use this word lightly. You are all heroes to me. In another note of appreciation, City of Eugene City Manager Sarah Manderi has prepared a few words.
All right, I like to come to these and good morning, Eugene Springfield Fire. I hope you really are in the Campbell Community Center. It's an amazing new space. Hope you're in that big grand river. You can kind of look around, see the river, see the trees, and just how awesome Eugene is. Super sorry I can't be there in person today, and really just sorry. I like to come to these and see everybody that's getting promoted, see the award winners. It's kind of a great chance to connect and disconnect them with the fire service. But I couldn't be there, and apologize for that, but I did want to say a couple of words and just congratulate all of you on, for some of you, this is your promotions. For some of you, there's some really awesome awards here. And just, I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of this organization. I was originally asked, I know City Manager Newton just talked before me, but originally asked to say a few words about the Medal of Valor that was awarded to a number of people, in particular Chief Heppel. And I couldn't resist the opportunity to just come on and say a few words, because I think all of us have a very distinct, although we were in different places, very distinct memory of the Holiday Farm fire and what was happening when it first started up and what your experiences were in there. And then for me, some of the talking with you afterwards, talking with you when you were coming down the hill, experiencing the tour with you, Chief Heppel, and seeing a number of our crews up there. When you think about an act of exceptional bravery, I can't think of anything in my career really that kind of steps up to this level. Above and beyond the call of duty and putting your own personal lives at risk to help others. But just when you're up there and you see it, and I know what you experienced to the best that I can possibly know what you experienced based on the words that you shared, I just know how lucky the community is to have people like you serving in leadership roles and protecting us. It's remarkable. I really appreciated some of the nominating words around your calm professionalism. Chief Heppel, you've shown that calmness and that professionalism throughout the since I've been in this role, leading us through COVID and the work you did on the Holiday Farm fire, though I wasn't front hand to see it. I've heard from many, many people how much they've appreciated your leadership through that, including all of our kind of rural partners. For the rest of you, and I'm not going to name you one by one, I know that night and the days that followed, but in particular that first night was really terrifying. And I'm certain that some of you wondered if you were going to make it down that mountain, if you were going to see your families. I'm certain there's people in this room that wondered the same thing. And I just want you to know how glad I am that you're all safe, and whatever I can do to support you along the way. You are an amazing, talented group of emergency responders that any community would be glad to have. So thank you for your work, and congratulations on this award. It's so well deserved.
Thank you, everyone. I give the lectern back to Chief Heppel for special recognition of service.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that presentation. It means a lot, certainly to me and to the staff that you're here today to share this with us. And certainly thanks to Sarah for the presentation, but most of all, the men and women that were on the hill that night. All right. Brandon, Henny, please go forward. All right, Brandy, I don't take losing lightly, but I'm a man of my word. Today I'm honoring the loss of a bet with Brandy Henning, our Technology Services Manager. Brandy, this $1 is in recognition of the implementation of the Image Trend Electronic Patient Care Record System by January 1st of this year. Your work and leadership on this project has built such trust and confidence that I don't plan on ever betting with you again. Thank you for your continued dedication to ensuring Eugene Springfield Fire has access to quality information technology services, support, and reporting. Thank you very much. Thought for sure I was going to win that. Now I'd like to recognize the staff that host our Young Women's Fire Camp. Could Carolyn McCain, Shannon Clausen if she's here, and Carly Schmidt please join me up front. Diana Chappell, Amy Klein, Barb Courtney, and Heidi Carson were unavailable to join us today. The Young Women's Fire Camp was recently awarded the Community Equity and Inclusion Award by the International City and County Management Association, or ICMA. ICMA is a professional association of local government professionals with only 11,000 members. The Community Equity and Inclusion Award recognizes communities for organizational achievements, building or celebrating diversity and inclusiveness. While the main goal of Young Women's Fire Camp is to instill confidence and leadership skills in young women in our community, this award recognizes the inclusive environment the program creates. Thank you to the staff and the external partners who gave up their time to support this award-winning camp. You have positively impacted our community for over 10 years running. Thank you. We're now going to move on to our Citizen Awards, where I'll turn this over to Chief Brown.
We will start with our service awards. Rohan Banerjee, are you here and present? Please come forward. Thank you. The service award is awarded to a citizen that provides exceptional service to department personnel that significantly contributes to their effective and safe operations. Rohan was nominated for this award for his commitment to providing Eugene Springfield Fire with excellent support. He has demonstrated this by working evenings and weekends to find workarounds and improve functionality on programs and applications our agency uses. He is consistent in his service and goes above and beyond to ensure that our critical timelines are met. In addition to his dedication, Rohan supported ESF and our local fire service agencies during the Holiday Farm fire by volunteering to work on the mobile cellular tower to ensure consistent communications in the field. Rohan, thank you very much for your dedicated service.
Thank you.
Our next two Citizens Awards are Life Savings Awards. Would Bernice Tuzolino please come forward, please? The Citizen Life Saving Award is an award to a citizen who, by their action and initiative, performs an exemplary act that is determined to be directly responsible for the saving of another's life. Bernice was nominated for this award for her life-saving actions during a home fire. She woke up to heavy smoke and popping noises in her home and crawled to her son's room to instruct him to get out of the building. She then followed cries for help to her partner and tried to move him out of the building in his wheelchair. The wheelchair broke and her partner fell to the floor. Bernice then drug him out of the building through active fire conditions and heavy smoke. She and her two family members survived this incident due to her quick actions. Bernice, thank you and congratulations. Could Getsana Esther please come forward and join us up front? Getsana was nominated for her for the Life Saving Award for her quick action when she smelled smoke in her grandfather's pickup truck and saw flames inside the cab. She grabbed her younger brother, climbed over the front seat of the truck, and escaped the vehicle as the fire immediately took over the entire vehicle and truck. Gitsana's immediate action provided a positive outcome for this incident, and as a result of her quick actions, everyone was safe in the end. Gitsana, congratulations and thank you. We will now move on to the oath of office for those promoted through the last year. Will Deputy Fire Marshal Eric Phillip Meadows please join us up front? Deputy Fire Marshal's work is a variety of program areas, including plans review, inspection, public education, code enforcement, and fire protection systems. Eric promoted to Deputy Fire Marshal 2. This position is distinguished from Deputy Fire Marshal 1 in the position by achieving additional accreditation and performing at a more technical level. Deputy Fire Marshal Meadows, please prepare for the oath of office.
As I prepare, I'll do reading. There we go. Okay. I state your name.
I, Eric Phillips Meadow,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully perform
that I will faithfully perform
the duties of Deputy Fire Marshal 2.
the duties of Deputy Fire Marshal 2,
That I will strive for the preservation
that I will strive for the preservation
of life, property, and the environment,
of life, property, and the environment,
and act for the good of the community.
and act for the good of the community,
That I will uphold the rules and regulations of this department,
that I will uphold the rules and regulations of this department,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of this position.
the duties of this position.
Congratulations.
During the last year, promoted to the rank of engineer, Andrew Bishop, Marco Alvarez, Rachel Smith, Nolan Workington, Jeremy Shear, and Derek Demakowski. Please come forward. And Aaron Wright. In addition to functioning as firefighter, the fire engineer drives, operates, and maintains the firefighting apparatus and equipment. Apparatus requires skill to safely transport their crew to the emergency scene using the most efficient route of travel. Engineers must perform in all weather conditions, day or night. The engineers are also responsible for the operating and understanding of fire pumps as well as hydraulic equipment. A fire engineer possesses a solid working knowledge of the principles of hydraulics, water under pressure, the fixed fire protection systems found within the buildings in our community's response area. Our engineers work as part of the crew under the supervision of a fire captain. Engineers, please prepare for the oath of office.
I state your name.
I, Aaron Wright,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully perform
that I will faithfully perform
the duties of engineer.
the duties of engineer,
That I will strive for the preservation
that I will strive for the preservation
of life, property, and the environment,
of life, property, and the environment,
and act for the good of the community,
and act for the good of the community,
and that I will uphold the rules and regulations
and that I will uphold the rules and regulations
of this department,
of this department,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties of my position.
discharge the duties of my position.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you very much.
Promoted to the rank of captain in the last year, Carolyn McCann, Mark Posen, Casey Lorenz, Brian Harvey, Devin Monty, Cody Giddens. Please come forward. In addition to functioning as a firefighter, the fire captain is an administrative officer and leader of the fire station that houses one or more fire suppression and medical transport companies. As such, the fire captain oversees the fire suppression and prevention activities, rescue and emergency medical intervention, treatment, and patient transport, as well as training, public safety education, and other related duties. The fire captain, under the direct supervision of the battalion chief, plans, schedules, training, is responsible for the development of the personnel under their command. They provide direction for the maintenance of their assigned apparatus and fire station. The fire captain is also responsible for the assignment of work and identification of target hazards within their fire station's area, as well as preparing pre-emergency plans. Most importantly, the fire captain is ultimately responsible for ensuring the readiness and safety of the personnel under their command, as well as the safety of the citizens within their communities. Captains, please prepare for the oath of office.
I state your name.
I, Mark Posen,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully perform the duties of captain,
that I will faithfully perform the duties of captain,
that I will strive for the preservation of life,
that I will strive for the preservation of life,
property, and the environment,
property, and environment,
and act for the good of the community,
and act for the good of the community,
and that I will uphold the rules and regulations of this department,
and that I will uphold the rules and regulations of this department,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge the duties of my position.
and faithfully discharge the duties of my position.
Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you both.
Battalion Chiefs Anthony Booker, Wayne Morris, and Rod Cullen, please come forward. Well, I guess we can take AC Morris's back. Get that for me, thanks. These 3 battalion chiefs were promoted in the last year. The 11 battalion chiefs are assigned to either shift operations, leading the training section, or overseeing logistics and safety. Together, this group of battalion chiefs are tasked with the leadership and development and implementation of plans to ensure that Eugene Springfield Fire realizes the goals and objectives set forth by the fire chief and to meet the needs of both cities of Eugene and the city of Springfield. They are challenged with providing consistent leadership for all employees, regardless of their station assignment or the city of employment. Battalion chiefs are primarily responsible for the coordination of activities during an assigned shift. An incumbent in this classification must exercise appropriate judgment and discretion. Responsibilities include, but are not limited to, managing fire suppression operations, planning department-wide activities, and coordinating personnel for the purposes of community service and fire protection activities. In addition, battalion chiefs are responsible for the personnel within their battalion, employee development and successorship, crew safety, and ensuring quality service to the community. Chiefs, please prepare to receive the oath of office.
I state your name.
I, Rod Cullen,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully perform the duties of battalion chief,
that I will faithfully perform the duties of battalion chief,
that I will strive for the preservation of life,
that I will strive for the preservation of life,
property, and the environment,
property, and the environment,
and I will act for the good of the community,
and I will act for the good of the community.
and that I will uphold the rules and the regulations of this department,
I will uphold the rules and regulations of this department,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well
discharge the duties of my position.
discharge the duties of my position.
Yes, sir.
wanted to see what part we were at. So this is just an opportunity to speak to you all as the chief of the department and say this is just a template of what the men and women of Eugene Springfield Fire do on an absolutely daily basis. We make an impact in the lives of our community, not only in the 2 cities and the 7 contract districts that we serve, but also even as of today, we have friends who are spread across the state of Oregon trying to suppress the fire that's across our landscape. Going into the future, our role is not going to slow down by any stretch of the imagination. And unfortunately, this team is going to have more and more opportunities to engage in life-threatening incidents where we're going to continue to attempt to preserve life, stabilize that incident, take care of our community as well as the environment along the way. I couldn't be more proud to be the leader of this organization, just looking at the daily activities and the professionalism that exudes from them every single day. A couple of things I'd like to point out is I'd like to thank Kelsey Hunter, who put this all on today and did all the work to make this event happen. And she does an amazing job for us on a daily basis. So a quick thank you to Kelsey for that. Thanks to Nancy, Neil, and Andy for being here with us today for this moment. It's the teamwork that comes from that is just really heartfelt and appreciative, and thank you for being here. Appreciate it. To the folks that are not in our department, but absolutely support us on a daily basis, like Rohan, I see Patricia back there in the back row as well. We couldn't do what we do every day if it wasn't for your support. And so certainly from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful to have such an amazing team across both cities that support Eugene Springfield Fire on an absolutely daily basis that allows us to execute our mission in the most efficient way that we can. So to you, I thank you all. Family and friends who are here, I can't laud the folks that you associate with enough. These are amazing people. They take great pride in what they do. I'm glad that you are here today to celebrate this with them. It's important. Highlighting the things that we do, and especially the things that we do outside of the box in really difficult situations, is important that we highlight that. And it's fantastic that you were all here today to join us in this event. So thank you for being here. And finally, to the team at Eugene Springfield Fire, I will just simply say thank you for letting me be with you. It's the end of our event. Thank you very much. That's all we have.